What's up, friends? Did you hear those intros? Those ever-loving, familiar intros to my channel? Did they actually play this time? Holy cow. That was a big disappointment from this afternoon. The fact that I couldn't get those to play. And not only that, I had my sound effect for Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 ready to go, and I played it twice, 3 times, and he never got to hear it. So I don't know if he'll show up tonight, but I would love to be able to show or let him listen to it. But what are you gonna do? But I think I got all the sound stuff working. It's this crazy virtual, they call it a virtual mic, and I'm patching different audio bits through this virtual mic. So it's a little bananas, but I think I got it all working out. We're gonna try it out here in this screen because it's different for every screen, if you can believe that. So we're gonna try it here for Mr. John. Emo was a nut. Let's see.
He goes, "What's your name?" He goes, "John."
Did you hear that, John? Was that possible? Did that work? Or emo trash? Come on. I hope you heard that. I hope you guys are hearing that. And I just realized this morning that, or this afternoon, this morning? When did I stream? Morning-ish, late morning, that I didn't have a sound effect for Shantman, which I gotta get on that. Like, if anybody needs a sound effect, that dude needs one. So I gotta get working on that one. John says he did hear it. Great. That's good. That is very, very... I just realized I'm using a Bluetooth mouse, and I had to put it over here on the side of my desk because I got kind of all these things in the... For some odd reason, I don't know, my arm is all the way out here. I just realized because I have no wires, I could move it to a more reasonable position in front of me. So John did hear it. Emo Trash did hear it. Awesome. That's great. We're getting better and better. Each stream is the hope, right? So for those of you who are here, I had really a fun time this afternoon. I was so jazzed after this morning, afternoonish stream, the first stream today, because I was able to start inks on the Master Study Mike ZECK page. And I was just excited about how things worked and just the progress that I made, and just being able to actually get that freaking brush in ink, touching it to a page was so exciting. And then after the stream was over, I just sat there and stared at the page, and I was just like beaming because it just felt good. It felt great to be able to accomplish that. It wasn't that much, but accomplish that and get through that and just start creating a comic page on stream. It was so cool. And I was so happy with how the tools were working out, and the setup and all that, other than the audio. All that kind of stuff was working well for me. So I was really excited about that, to the point where I was like, I think I'm going to do it again. I got to do it again because I want to keep going. I want to keep drawing. So so that's why we're here. I finished up dinner, got to go out, spend some time with my lovely wife, and got back here and I said, I think I'm going to do it again. I think I'm going to stream again. So that's where we're at. That's why we're here. And I'm so glad that all of you guys are joining me. John's not napping. He's awake. I know I missed some of you guys. Like I'd mentioned in the chat from the Gothic stream, it sounded like there was some good content going, huh? Some good discussions with debates and topics and atheists and discussions about faith. I didn't watch the stream at all, but it sounded pretty interesting. I'll probably have to go back and watch it again. So I know I not lost, but some of you guys were there, and I wouldn't want you to lose out on that. But I just thought it was so funny because probably very heated, deep debates are going on her channel. Meanwhile, I'm like, I get to ink a page with a brush. I'm so excited. So it's a little bit different, but hey, you know, takes a a whole bunch of different kinds of people to make the world go round, and I'm happy to oblige on the comic front. Emo Trash says it was juicy. Yeah, I think she was streaming for quite a long time, so it must have been really good. And I'll definitely peek into that and check it out. I did have a chance to stop in right before I went to dinner. I had a chance to stop in on Jason Bascom's stream, Topicless, with, I actually don't know his co-host at all. I believe his handle was Death Metal Host, maybe. But he was really nice, and it was good to pop in there just for a little bit, a few minutes. Got to see, they were talking about the new Captain America movie that's coming out, that was shown some footage at Comic-Con, and just their opinions on that. But it was nice to peek my head in on his channel and give him a like and just say hey. So cool dude, great dude, fun stuff, and always inspired by the content he's putting out there. Death Metal Hero, thank you, John. Yes, Luke. Okay, yeah, I don't know him that well. I just know Jason. I mean, I don't even know Jason that well, but I think I'm assuming he's his co-host there. So yeah, I didn't know much about him, but both very nice gentlemen, and yeah, it was great. It seems like there was a lot of streams going on all today. I guess Tuesday is a super popular day to stream. I don't stream. I usually, if I'm streaming other than Wednesday, it's either a Monday or a Friday. But Monday I couldn't do it, and I really wanted to get this set up going today, so that's why I did it today. And then lo and behold, I jumped smack dab in the middle of a Gothic's time. So, oh well, we'll figure it out. It's okay. Totally different vibe, totally different content. Debated popping into that. I do not recall why I decided against it. Yeah, it's all right. The nice thing about all these things is that they get recorded and posted up for all prosperity, but it is fun with the live chat. It is fun to kind of be there live, and that's why it's exciting to do this for you guys. So let's get, and the other thing is, tomorrow I definitely will be doing a My Wednesday Comics. There's a couple things that are coming out, which I will be picking up. And I got something in the mail today after I did that first stream, the first inking stream. I got something in the mail, so I'm like, oh, okay, I can unbox that tomorrow. That can be part of it. So I think for sure I will be streaming tomorrow from the other side of the office, the other setup with the nicer camera. No drawing. I need to merge those worlds, but it's a little difficult because my other computer is set up with my digital drawing tablet, and there's no way that I can fit this drawing setup underneath that drawing setup to do an overhead. So that's why I have it separated out in two different parts. But then I'd have to double up on all the equipment. So a little annoying, but it's okay. It's fun. It's kind of like when I'm doing digital work, my brain is in a different mode versus when I'm doing traditional work. And I actually find doing traditional work, as these past 2 or 3 streams have showed me, a lot more relaxing, a lot more fun, and just so freeing. Just before I got on stream right now, what I started doing, and I can show you guys, I actually drew in the panel borders using my Pitt pens, the fine liners here. And that, even just doing that and working with a ruler was really fun. And you wouldn't think of it when you're doing that digitally. You just draw a box, a line weight for the border, boom, you're done. Or, use a line tool and you're done. But something about like putting down the ruler, measuring it out, make sure they're like parallel, like all that kind of skill, or not even skill, all that kind of just labor to do that was so rewarding. If that makes any sense. I don't know what I'm discovering. I'm just discovering my true artistic self, I guess. But yeah, it was so fun just drawing these straight lines and some of these bars in here that I had to block in, I felt like, before I started inking again with a brush. So yeah, that was it was fun. Let me switch this view. So here's where we're at, and these are these were just the additions that I did between the stream this morning and now. Was adding in all these straight edge lines. I added a few up here too, and I will say that these. One thing I noticed about these pens, the Pit pens, which a lot of people have recommended. I was using the 0.7 first, which was the thickest one in the set. I have a 0.7, a 0.5, 0.1, and a 0.3. 0.7 being the biggest one. And I will say that I feel like because of this smooth surface, sometimes it's like the ink doesn't flow properly, and it's got to be because of the smooth surface. So I was really surprised. I was like, again, you hear all the hype about a certain pen and you're like, oh, okay, it's going to be perfect, or a certain brush. And when it doesn't live up to that hype, you're like, well, what was that all about? But it ended up working fine. I will definitely try the microns another time to compare and see how they do on this kind of smooth finish. But I felt the 0.7 itself, the 0.7, the bigger one, tended to slide around the paper a little bit more, and I had to do a couple passes over the lines to get them to mark. The 0.5 was a little better, so I don't know if it's the size of the pen, it drying out easier because it's bigger, the smooth surface, all those kind of things were different factors. Shant's back. Where did he show up? He said 1 like? What? I hope you were the 1 like, Shant. You're back. Saying hail to everybody. Shant ate some sort of unhealthy garbage. Comrade Sammy's here. Comrade Sammy, I got my sound effects. Oh. Wait. Hang on. Okay. Whew, scared me. I got my sound effects working. So welcome back. I freaked out a second there because I was like, oh shoot, do I not have her sound effect loaded in here? Because I had to reload some stuff from computer to computer. But I did have it. It was just labeled Chat Ninja, which is appropriate. It wasn't like, oh, but my brain was looking for Comrade Sammy. Comrade Sammy says, what are we talking about? I was watching Markiplier, another stream I don't know anything about. That's just the American way. I think the junk food is just the American way. That's all right. I mean, what is open, or what do you have in the fridge or in the cabinet at 1 a.m, Shant? It's so late. It's so late. All right, so let's get going. Let's get into this again. So I'm gonna try. I did most of this inking today with this $2 Hobby Lobby brush, a number 2 brush called the brand is Master's Touch, and it worked great. But I'm gonna try this other one, which is Master Stroke. And this is from Blick Art Supplies. Again, I think it was on sale for like $2. And these guys have outperformed my Winsor Newton 7, which I did opt to exchange it or get an exchange or refund and ordered the same one. So hopefully the one I got, the one that I was showing you guys this morning, was just a bum one. Because after I rewatched that part of the stream where I was looking at it, I was like, wow, that looks horrible. That brush looks horrible. Okay, talking about, all right, gamer YouTubers. All right, let's get into it. So there were a few times too that my head went into frame. So I think this is my limit here. Is that my limit? I'm gonna try and avoid doing that kind of stuff. All right, where should I start? Where do I go? I think I should keep working on this guy. I also realized that the angle of where I draw and the angle at which I'm looking at the paper affects my perspective on like when I stood up and looked at both pages, I could see the problems. But looking at it on screen, that looks differently. And then looking at the angle that I was drawing at looks differently. So there's all these like illusions, optical illusions based on the angle that you stare at the page. I also should have looked in my supplies for a brush to use to paint in large areas of black, like this shadow here, because I'm not going to waste these brushes doing that. So maybe in a second here I'll dig in to my old supply box. So I can already see this brush is fraying a little bit. It's not as good as the Master's Touch. Hobby Lobby coming out with the win. And I did notice like the inks dried really nice, really flat. So I'm pretty, it is, I would say that the Winsor Newton ink feels a little bit watery. But that being said, I don't mind that. It's probably why it dries so nice and quick. But I'm very curious to see how the Koh-i-Noor ink will be, the Ultra Draw ink will be, since a lot of people are talking highly of it. I also noticed, like, you can see how far off, look how far off I was with that foot. It's like busting out of the frame. I'm not going to redraw it. I'm just going to go with it and just treat it as a learning experience. But you can already see like how off I am with my measurements, my visual measurements. I got to be better at that. Pay attention to those kind of things a little bit better moving forward. One thing I thought that I could do, if it just gets too quiet, is usually on Tuesdays I will watch a couple videos for what's coming out next tomorrow on Wednesday, and it helps me like gauge what books I'm going to look for, if there's anything I'm excited about or whatever. And one of the YouTube channels that I always watch for what's coming out is called Comic Book Palace. I've talked about them before. The guy who owns, yeah, see that this brush is fraying a little bit, the Blick one. So I might go back to, if you guys, whoop, you see that? See that fray at the end right there? It's not good. But maybe it just needs more ink. Needs to be loaded up. I'm being a little bit gentle. So I think the owner, I think his name's Glenn O'Leary, but he was interviewed by Mark Miller a while ago, several months ago, and about part of it was because of a commentary that he had done on why comic book stores are dying and why Marvel and DC are kind of missing the mark with the stories they're trying to tell and how they're trying to force their agendas. And he was just being pretty honest about his opinion. And the more I've watched his channel, he's very opinionated, and it's kind of funny. But I do subscribe to his channel and I watch, because every Tuesday he will go through the books that are coming into his store, and he has kind of a running commentary of, yeah, I'm going to switch brushes. This one's bugging me. A running commentary of what he does and doesn't like. And it's kind of funny and entertaining. So I thought one of the things we could do while I'm painting, that's only something ridiculous people would do. One of the things we could do while streaming inking is watch that channel, and then I can also pick up on what it is I'm going to get tomorrow. So maybe I'll do that in a little bit. Yep, I'm not feeling it with this brush. Emo Trash says, Hobby Lobby's a fun place just to poke around. Yeah, you can find anything in Hobby Lobby. It's like, do you need toys? We got toys. Do you need art supplies? We got art supplies. Home decor? Home decor that is comic themed? Lighting? We've got it all. Furniture? And it's really affordable. Christian devotionals, we got those too. Man, coloring in that shadow is going to be so satisfying. Everything in me is wanting to do it. I'm switching this brush already. Yeah, everything in me is wanting to hit it right now, but I don't want to ruin these brushes by doing that. This one is 0.2. I think I do have a 0.4 Blick brush, but I don't want to ruin it by using it for large black areas. John, or anybody in the chat, how long have you guys been watching Gothic's channel? Like, how long has she been doing this? Long time, right? And then she started with gaming streams, I thought. I remember one of you guys telling me. Just kind of fudging this a little bit because my proportions were off in a few places. So, one of the things that I learned as an art supply that I probably need to invest in is, yeah, I like this brush better. How funny. Is I need to get a ruler that is, or a straight edge that is see-through. Because I have this run here, I have a couple metal ones, but I realize, like, as I'm drawing the line, if I can't see what's next to it to make sure it lines up or it's parallel, it's really difficult and kind of awkward. So that's why people have clear straight edges, so they can see that stuff. So that's good to learn. Oh, it's getting really squishy in here. We're just gonna fake it. Fake it till we make it. Yes. Emotrust says, I know of 2 Hobby Lobbies in my area, both of which are well over 20 minutes away. In either direction? That's like Target here. There's like Targets everywhere here. They're closer than, I can go to 3 different Targets that are all like 10 minutes away from me. Was staining some wood to a shelf I'm building. Wow, cool. Convert Sammy, I didn't know you built shelves. That's amazing. I wish I was more handy with like building wood stuff. I think that's such a useful skill to know, and one that I don't. Emotrash says, quiet ain't bothering me. Got an habit of having my own song in the background. Okay, your own soundtrack. That's awesome. Bad news, brother. Brush plus ink equals painting. No, it doesn't. That's not true. I'm only dealing with 2 colors here, black and white. Painting is way more complicated. My grandma, I took my boy with us. One time we went to Hobby Lobby, wandering around, letting him discover all the things was the most entertaining. It's like Christmas. It's like a candy shop going to Hobby Lobby. Gothics was about 2 years ago? Okay. And you found her on the Geeks and Gamers stream. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's maybe just before. My brain is telling me March or April. Okay, so not that much. You're a lot more recent, Emo Trash. Wow. I just hear people talking like, I know Shant, it's been several years. How long has it been, Shant? Like 4 years that you've been doing this? Richard Friend, he was streaming in Comic-Con, and he said like, he was like, oh, it was just great to be able to do this and see all the comments that people were saying that they liked my post, my video that he put up at Comic-Con. He's like, it's just great. I've been doing YouTube for like 7 years or something crazy like that. I was like, I can't even imagine doing this for that long. That's bananas. I already feel like I've been doing this forever, and it's only been since like November of last year. So yeah, I'm still a baby. So much more to learn and do. Look, it's taken me that long to get to a point where I'm doing this kind of stream. I can just feel Shant shaking his head. Yeah, this brush is the one that's really funny, but it's got a sweet point. That's what I was saying earlier, like, you can follow all the recommendations in the world, but at the end of the day, whatever supplies and tools work for you, those are the ones you go with. I'm gonna do all these like hatchy things. We'll figure that out. That. He's got the. It's gonna be. Two lines there. Oh goodness. I should use the fine liner for this, but I'm going to do the brush. In Hobby Lobby I trust. Oop, went a little too long with that one. Oh well. Killing it, Hobby Lobby. I'm gonna name this brush. Hobby Lobby. So original. Boom. Woo. Woo. So delicate. I love it. All right. John's saying, I don't watch Geeks and Gamer streams too much anymore. Less time. Less time? You watch all sorts of streams. You just nap in between your streams. You got all the time in the world. Must have been March, actually, because I remember it wasn't long after my birthday. Oh, are you a March birthday? That's cool. I'm not, but happy March birthday. Katie, awake again. Wait, so did you sleep in between this morning stream and this stream? So weird. So weird to think that was your going into your nighttime. Because you came into the first stream, right? I think I remember. Good to see you again, Katie. Thanks for coming back. Emo is doing her level best to claim her Derailer in Chief title in Gothic streams. Really? She's gonna need one of these for Gothic streams. I didn't watch streams at all until I landed on Gothic's channel. It wasn't my thing. Isn't that funny? It's I think I've told this story before, but I used to like be on my kids all the time for watching too much YouTube. I'm like, yeah, you guys, you're rotting your brains. Should be reading books or whatever, you know, doing something other than just watching these mindless streams with people doing things. And like why would you watch somebody, whatever it was, play video games or, you know, draw on stream? How weird is that? And now here I am asking my kids to give me tips or like pointers on why they watch certain streams. Oh, how the tides have turned. And then every now and then, like, they'll be like, oh, I almost commented on your stream. I'm like, please don't. Please don't. Or the other day, one of my daughter's friends' parents said, oh yeah, our daughter she was cooking something in the kitchen and she was watching your stream. We saw her watching your stream and we were like, wow, that's Rocky? What's he talking about? And I was like, oh no, please don't. So embarrassing. It means I gotta like say something meaningful knowing that your child is watching. I think I need to. Let's do a big thick stroke here. Boom. This Hobby Lobby brush, man. She's like, eat my dust, Winsor Newton. So true. So true. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much. See, I said it. I said thank you. Sean says I don't say thank you enough, and it's true. But thank you, Sean. Also, at the end of the day, it's night. So profound. Emo's infected. Is it contagious? I don't know. I am the germ as of today from Gothic Stream. Oh boy. Those are the worst smoke detectors. I know Nest, the company Nest. I thought it was like genius. At my old house, I bought those. They have Nest smoke detectors, and the awesome thing is, at first I thought it was overkill, but then I quickly realized it was genius, because instead of dealing with beeps in the middle of the night, and you know they always happen in the middle of the night to like replace that stupid 9-volt battery. Why always in the middle of the night? Who knows? But the way that the Nest smoke detectors worked was they would talk to you or alert you on their app when you had to replace the battery, which I thought was so good, instead of being woken up in the middle of the night. But then we moved to our new house, and I ended up just leaving those there. Should have brought them with me. So now we got the regular ones, and I think most smoke detectors are like this now, but like they're basically all connected somehow, and so when one goes off, it sets off all of them going off all over the house, which can be frightening. Not good for, I'm sure you can relate, emo trash, not good for animals either. They do not like hearing smoke alarms. I was just cooking the other day, actually a really yummy recipe for fried tofu with a kind of modified satay sauce. I don't know if you guys know what satay sauce. It's a sweet peanut based sauce from Southeast Asia. This one chef who made this recipe, she actually won this cooking show called Next Level Chef. It's a Gordon Ramsay cooking show, and my kids and I got hooked on it. We watched all 3 seasons on, I think it's on Disney Plus. So check it out if you're interested in cooking shows. But so this girl won, and I was just looking up. She's got a YouTube channel. Her name's Gabby something or other. I don't know what her last name is. But she did this recipe, so I was trying it out yesterday, and it actually turned out really good. I was surprised. It's one of the better things I've cooked in my life. But while I was cooking it, because I was frying the tofu in a pan to give it this nice, like, crispy skin, the smoke detectors went off. And so in the middle of like making sure things don't get burned and controlling all the kind of things that I had a lot of like things going on in the kitchen, I had to try and make the alarm stop by waving a stupid... That was the other cool thing about the Nest. Smoke alarms is you could turn them off on your app. So you didn't have to like get up on a chair and like wave a pillowcase or whatever it is to try and get the smoke to clear. You could like tell the app, no, everything's good, please turn off, and that helped. Why did I get on the... Oh, because Emo Trash was talking about smoke detector. Emo Trash's birthday's in February. Oh, not March. Well, happy February birthday then. Oh, because you said it was right after your birthday. Got you. Groundhog's Day. No way. That's cool. So does it keep happening over... That might be a good thing for a birthday. It just keeps happening over and over again, unless you see a groundhog shadow. Katie is Sans Wrench and Sound. Oh, John. Starting trouble. Oh! Here we go. Here we go. Mr. Monkey Boy. 1969. You are back. Guess what? I got the sound working. Here we go.
How do you say monkey in French?
How's that? Did you hear that one? Did it work this time? Did you get to hear it? Let me know what you think. It's kind of crazy, but I was trying to think of what would work for you. Obviously the name, Mr. Monkey Boy, instills the feeling of monkeys, but I also know that you love, like I had mentioned earlier today, the earlier stream, you love bande dessinée, and you love hounding me to show you new bande dessinée, so I put that together. Hopefully you liked it. Peter Watts is here. What's up, Peter Watts? How are you doing? Good to see you all again. Let's go. Let's do this. I honestly don't know if the animals mind the smoke detector or not. Oh, lucky you. My cats definitely do not like it. Peter Watts says, I watch old Iron Chef over and over. Awesome. I was actually, so one of the judges in this show, Next Level Chef, her name is Naisha Arrington. Awesome judge. She has, I looked her up. She has like all these restaurants or whatever. She actually was a competitor on, I think, Top Level Chef, whatever, one of the cooking competitions early on. So she went from competitor. She didn't win her season. Top Chef, I think it was. She didn't win her season, but she was a competitor in it. So I looked it up. I wanted to see like how she did. And I found her and she looked so young. But it was funny because I was watching that season. I didn't look at the year of when it came out, but I was watching it and it just looked so old. And like, it's funny how when we watch things now, it's like it looks so new and HD. And I'm sure it's like this for YouTube too. Everything looks so clean and crisp and, beautiful. And wow, how could we have watched all that old stuff before? But then like a few years later, you come back and you're like, wow, that looks really old. And it was the same with that TV show. It looked really old. So I can't, depending on what season you watched Iron Chef, I can't imagine Peter Watts. In some shows, I used to be hooked, our family used to be hooked on Survivor. And some of those older seasons that we started watching, whatever, a certain season where it already looked great, like it was in HD and everything. So then we went back to watch older seasons, and it got to the point where like the really old seasons, like the first maybe 2 or 3 seasons, we were like, wow, it's hard to watch because it's just so low quality. It felt so slow and like, yeah, it was really different. It's really amazing how that stuff ages. Louis' cage is covered. I assume Pup is asleep upstairs with my dad. I didn't hear any movement to indicate Lucky being safe. All right, cool. Awesome. Peter Watts says, I used to love satay. Used to? Why did you change? I love satay. A good satay is all about the sauce and how good. So this sauce that I made, the base was chunky peanut butter, which was great. I love peanut butter. Garlic, ginger, this soy sauce called tamari, which I guess is a gluten-free soy sauce. I'm not gluten-free, but it's just advertised as a gluten-free soy sauce. And it's made from a certain kind of soy in Japan, I think. It's based in Japan, this soy sauce, as opposed to regular soy sauce, which mostly comes from China, I'm assuming. So tamari, and then I think it's called sambal chili. So it's like a chili sauce to give it a little heat. And lime juice. Man, that lime juice was the kicker for me. I loved it. It just added this like freshness to the flavor. Oh, and brown sugar, so a sweetness to it. And it was just all like, slowly simmered together, slowly mixed together, and it turned out great. It really made the meal. So I know there's some restaurants that we go to here that have Southeast Asian cuisine, and there's one in particular that's near where we live that has a satay, and the sauce there, like I could just eat that in the spoonfuls, like without anything, because it's so good. You can make some great food when smoke detector chill. Yeah, you can. The sound works. Great. Awesome. Mr. Monkey Boy with a cool, that's cool. That's cool.
How do you say monkey in French?
Cranberry Langers. Didn't come the first one, but here he is in the second one. Thank you. I think you were probably caught up in the middle of the Gothics chat or the Gothic stream as well, but here we go, Cranberry.
This is a cranberry, full of power.
Came right in time for the sound effect. Oh, and he's leaving. I'm going to bed. Have a good stream. See you later, man. Hit the like. Just do that for me. And he's gone. Poof. Fair enough. Hello, Peter Watts. Good to have you here. My favorite judge in Iron Chef is that food critic lady. I forgot her name. Oh, yeah, I'm not super familiar with Iron Chef other than the host, the guy who's the host, Alton Brown, right? I think he was the host. And wait, shoot, I just lost my place. Wow, this is turning out so different than the page I'm copying, but that's okay. Just being free with these folds a little bit. Alton Brown, yeah, that guy's awesome. He was a great host for that show. I don't know how those cooks did it. There's so much pressure, not just the whole cooking thing and the themes and everything, but having the whole audience watch you as you do it. It's kind of like what we're doing now. It's like a little, but the difference is I can't hear you guys like screaming, chiding me as I try and keep a steady hand. Like, I don't know how you cook under that kind of pressure. It was the same with this show that we're watching, Next Level Chef. It was really fun. And I heard that they're doing a 4th season. They had 3 so far. So I'm glad that they're continuing it. But the stressful thing about that was they would have this elevator platform. There was 3 levels, 3 different kitchen levels. And the top level is like the best top kitchen. All the fixins, everything, every kind of tool you can imagine, every top level, high-end cooking tool you can imagine. It was beautiful, had everything, all the supplies. And then the middle kitchen was still nice. It was a really nice, high industrial kitchen. Again, all the supplies, a little notch down from the top. And then they had the basement, which was like falling apart. Like the oven was half working, the pans were all bent and out of shape, the tools were broken, they were missing things. Like, it was just a mess down there. So depending on how you did in the competition, that would determine which kitchen you were placed at, right? So the better you do, the better you cook, the better kitchen you'll be placed at. And the worse you do, you'd be stuck in the basement. So it was this awesome interplay, and you're constantly moving up and down depending on how you do in the competition and the challenges. But the thing that made it even more stressful, besides the time limit and the difficulty of the challenges, was at the beginning of each challenge, they would have this elevator that went, a platform elevator that went between each level. And that elevator would have the ingredients on it for each challenge. And so you'd have 30 seconds to grab whatever ingredients you could find. And everybody in your level is going after the same thing, right? Or the same ingredients. So So yeah, you were basically just like fighting people to try and get like the filet mignon to cook with or whatever. And then by the time it got to, and it would stop at the top level first, then go to the middle level, and then the bottom level. So by the time it got to the bottom level, like everything good was taken, and they'd have to cook like one, it was like pig ears or like spam or hot dogs or like pork feet or whatever, like really gnarly, difficult things to cook with. And they'd have to come up with a dish that was quote unquote a next level dish that would seem like it would be in like a 5-star restaurant and based on the challenge. And it was so awesome because there's some people that really did well under pressure and in could come up with these amazing dishes with the all the limitations that they were facing in that bottom basement. And then sometimes the people who had the pick of the litter and that were in the top kitchen, they would falter because the expectations of them to deliver something perfect was super super high because they had all the best ingredients, they had the best equipment, and yada yada. So so yeah, it's a really fascinating challenge, but I just the pressure, and I'm assuming it simulates like the amount of high pressure. I've never worked in a kitchen myself, but I can only imagine the amount of pressure that it is in any kind of kitchen to be like a cook for a restaurant. And just how, and the higher quality the restaurant, the more pressure it is to get things perfect and to be able to cook the meat perfectly and do it in such a quick time so that customers aren't waiting around too long. Yeah, really fascinating. So I can't imagine like if they had a similar thing for like an art contest. It's like, you gotta paint this in 30 minutes, a replica of the Louvre, and the whole time we're gonna give you 2 paint tubes and a chewed up brush. Look at that, Hobby Lobby. You go, Hobby Lobby. Hmm. It's coming along, coming along. I'm going to, in a second here, I'm going to dig for a bigger brush because I really want to black this out. I love to, and like, I'm going to just do it for the heck of it. Comic book pages, they put X, X, to indicate where you're supposed to draw blacks or fill in blacks. And I really misjudged the distance here, but it's okay. X there, X here. Let's see. Cranberry Landers took out. I'm not sure about finding out anyone's opinion on the best Iron Chef. Haruki. Oh, yes, that guy. I remember him too. He was the host, right? Yeah, I remember that guy. What the heck? You're up late.
Yes! That's awesome!
I am up late. I just had to hit the inks again, dude. So here we are. And as John mentioned at the beginning, Gothix is not streaming right now, so we're all clear. We're all clear. right in this moment, looks like he's kind of grabbing the sheet, so gotta make sure that these lines kind of radiating to make it feel like he's pinching the sheets in his fingers. My aunt was very much into food like me. I think she probably made it. Oh, for satay, she made it? Wow, okay, nice. Yeah, I'd never attempted to make it, but I love to eat it. Awesome one said he just laid down for bed. I think watching streams are probably the worst. Well, maybe they make you fall asleep if whoever's hosting it, like myself, talks in a low enough tone and a droning enough tone that could put you to sleep. But also staring at the screen is not a great, I try and tell this to my kids at least, it's not a great way to like quieten your mind. That's what the doctors tell me anyway. Let's see, got this, gonna black this out. Oh, I can do this little fine lines here. I got this Hobby Lobby when I was visiting, when I was in Texas. I went to this Hobby Lobby and got this brush there, but pretty sure there's a Hobby Lobby somewhere, not near, but maybe like half an hour away. But I could go stock up on some more of these brushes, because this one is definitely the winner for the day. Okay, should I... It's actually got cut off a little bit, this copy I did, so I gotta take a peek at the original here in a second. Like, that's what you want for your brush. You see how fine that point is? I'm gonna zoom in a little for you guys so you can see. I do notice a slight gradation in the black. Maybe it's not, I'm not putting enough ink. But it's okay, I mean, it's not horrible. But just a slight, like it's not pure black as I'm putting it down. Again, that could be just the amount, not getting used to the amount of ink. Oops. To load up here. Something like that. Oh, yeah, there's something. Oh, yeah, here. Something like that. Okay. All right, I think it's time to go find me that thicker brush. Awesome one says I'd be up till 4 a.m. but have to take my bro somewhere at 10 a.m. Oh, all right, cool. Well, don't stay up too late. Comrade Sammy. Oh man. I think the 5 flavors is a good guide for creating food. I lean toward the spicy, sour, and either bitter or spicy. Oh, bitter, really? Wait, you lean towards spicy, sour, and either bitter or spicy. So you like your spicy, it sounds like. You're thinking of Iron Chef America. Yes. Yes, it's true. He was more of a correspondent. Keep it together, Rocky. We're all counting on you. No pressure. I got on the old Iron Chef from Japan. Nice. Chopped was also good. Yes. Now, Chopped. Wasn't that Alton Brown, too? I think so. I think so. I always get those. They're always doing multiple. Like, I can't imagine. I mean, I can't imagine, but I can't believe how many TV shows Gordon Ramsay has. Like, that guy just has like 40 different reality shows, all different varying degrees of him yelling at people, telling them they suck. Actually, he's very nice on Next Level Chef. I mean, he's tough on them, but he's not as like, he doesn't throw their pots around and cuss them out. But it's good. It's kind of a softer side to him, I would say. Awesome one says, I'm usually using whatever I can find in the fridge to cook. That's totally valid. Oftentimes it sounds like it's with chicken, right? So, but yeah, that's good. I see my earlier remarks and decide that I'm drunk. That grocery store shopping show, I remember that one. That one wasn't, I think it's more satisfying for me to see them cook the food and serve it, plate it, all that kind of stuff, the beauty of it. I love that. Shopping, It's now when I debate starting a new sketch, but I know I will not be done with it tonight if I start now. Why have you done this? Sorry. Eggplant, cool. I've got a nice, like an air fryer. I use the air fryer a lot. And that's a good air fryer eggplant recipe. Not too difficult. It's like olive oil and oregano. You slice them pretty thin, like in discs, and Parmesan cheese, and you put it in the air fryer. It's good stuff. Yeah, restaurant work sucks. Yeah, the pressure's a lot. High pressure. Rocky, are you talking about the horror show about food that travels down 100 levels and the prisoners change levels every couple of so you test it if you care if those below? No? That sounds amazing, though. It sounded like you were describing, Squid Game a little bit. Whoa, the chairman was the ultimate. My kids can't wait to see him take a bite out of yellow pea. Yellow pea? Whoops. That was a mistype. I'm like, did I miss something? That sounds crazy. Exactly. Exactly.
Yes! That's awesome!
Oh my gosh. Your aunt is very adventurous in cooking, Peter Watts says. Sounds like it. Sounds good. That's good. It's always good to have that one person who is a good cook. Then everybody around can benefit. They say the screen is bad for sleep. Yep. The blue light, I've heard that for sure. Yeah, it totally causes you to wake up. I am going to be dreaming about this brush. I love this brush. It's served me well in the one day that I've used it. That's what they it not only works for Superman. Oh my gosh. For some reason, I'm thinking that guy on the right panel is desperately reaching for the last slice of pizza. This guy, he is. Pizza! Oh my gosh. All right. I get no sleep, but I get up again. That song. Oh man, that song. That brings me back to the 90s. Yep, both of those guys, and they both kind of have the same shtick if you think about it. It's like this like hard British judge with a heart of gold kind of thing, but it works. I like both of them, and I tend to agree with both of them when they have critiques. Oh yeah, I was gonna find a bigger brush for this black area. I will do that. Let me just use up the ink that's on this brush, and then I'll do that. It's funny because like inking, there's definitely something therapeutic about it. There's a routine to it that is calming. I almost liken it to like the routine of like making yourself a cup of coffee in the morning. I need to white out that part. Oh, yeah. There's a break here. Yeah. But it's like the whole routine of like, okay, dipping in here, wiping off, going back. There's like this whole discipline routine to it that's so fascinating. Mm-hmm. Let me just start in another area then, I guess. Oop, cat hair. Look at that Hobby Lobby go. I kind of have this tendency, I need to practice more. I have this tendency to like want to build up my line and sketch it out, and it makes it look like a hairy ink line. I want to have a little bit more confidence where I just can kind of lay down the line and then adjust the thickness on the go, on the fly. I know that'll come with more practice. But right now I have a lot of like sketchy lines. I love the subtle overlap of these fingers. They're like if my natural tendency would be to just like just do them all in one shape and then break out the fingers, but both Mike ZECK and the inker here have taken the time to like separate out each finger and give it a subtle overlap with each other, so it's great. You don't notice those things unless you try and recreate it like I'm doing now. Oh yeah, there is a spot here that I wanted to. Let's see here. That. I have not hit the squiggly chest hair yet. Yeah, what's it here? That's right. Because I drew on the borders. Cool. I was addicted to Food Network back in the day. Yep. Ramsey was advised to be angry when some viewers said he was more interesting that way. Apparently he's a nice guy. I can see that. I heard that about like that actress Sofia Vergara, I think her name is. She's like a South American actress. And she has she was in that show Modern Family. She has a very strong Spanish accent. And I heard that it's not like that in real life, but that just like that character sold her, and like people love that character, and so she just kept up with the accent. So I can see that about people doing that. Supermarket sweep, Shanth was saying. Shanth knows his PBS game show. Katie says, I've got coffee now. Hopefully. Oh, what was it? Sorry. Well, didn't mean to startle you guys. Maybe I woke up awesome one. John, yeah, John was saying, Katie, I didn't give you a wrench. I'll do that, Katie. You've been coming quite frequently. Here we go. Happy wrenching, Katie. I like to reward those that have been coming and start coming faithfully. So there you go. Happy wrench. Representing the UK for this side. We're a tough crowd to please, us Brits. Katie was sleeping before. Okay, awesome. She came twice. Sandwiched the streams. It's amazing. Rocky, $1 billion cat hair brushes. You're welcome. Yeah, I don't think my cats have single-handedly destroyed any potential for me of wearing dark clothes. I still do it. Like, I'm obviously wearing something dark right now, but inevitably, whenever any people in our family step out, because our cats have white, very white, gray, fluffy. They're white, fluffy, gray, some brown mixed in there, but mostly white and gray. And so their hair gets over on all of our clothes, and we're always constantly rollering each other as we leave the house. So I have mixed feelings about cat hair. Using that as brushes. I don't know if that would work. Plus, allergens are horrible for cat hair. Katie says, let me just say, that's looking really good, Rocky. Thank you, Katie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's been fun. It's so rewarding for me to kind of work on this piece. So I'm glad that you feel like it's looking great. Emo Trash says cat hair is too fluffy. Least for, yeah, maybe for like Q-tips. Could always use the cat's tails as brushes. Good luck rounding those up. Maybe work for texture. Yeah, maybe, possibly. I do see the occasional, if my cat will misstep in the litter box, I do see the occasional cat tracks. I don't know if that's their way of creating art, but it is kind of textural. My cats have they're medium to long hair cats, and they have fur that like grows out in between their toes. And we have hardwood floors in most of our house, and you can kind of, even when they're standing still in the hardwood floors, their feet will slowly start spreading apart because they have no traction with the fur under there. It's ridiculous. My gosh. Homeless cats? Oh my gosh. All right, Rocky, doubly good cat hair brushes, money and therapy for you. I've seen amazing videos where people will use these specific, they're meant so that you buy these brushes. I think it's on Instagram, maybe, probably. But you brush your cat, and then you, at the end of it, the way that this brush is made, and I think it even emits steam. We have one, but when you pull the cat's hair out, it's like in this little patty of hair. And then I've seen people make things out of it, like little hats. So they'll brush the cats, take the patty of hair, make a hat, and then put it on that same cat, and then take a video of it. It's totally ridiculous, but so cute. It's so funny. And I'm sure they made tons of money because of it. Cats and dogs running on hardwood floors is hilarious. It is. Seeing my cats just kind of stand still and slide on a hardwood floor is hilarious. All right, I'll be right. Let me dig for, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set up, let me do this. I'm going to set up, whoa, that's trippy. This is the stream. I'm going to set up this stream. This is Glenn. And Scotty is the guy on the right. And these are the guys from Comic Book Palace. This is the video that I watch to find out one of the videos I watch to find out what's coming out this week. Let's see if I can make this bigger. So what I'll do is I'm going to start playing this while I go dig for a brush to fill in these bigger black areas, and then I'll be back, and I'll keep working as it's playing, but let me make sure that you can hear. Yep, that's on. Make sure that you guys can hear. Congrats, Katie. You did it. With John's coaxing, you did it. You got a wrench. You did. There you go. How about that? Just for being you. Just for like coming to my stream, going to bed, and coming to the second stream. You did it. All right, so let me play this, and then you guys enjoy. They're quite a trip, these two, and they've got a funny back and forth. Typical comic book store owners, but they're funny. And then I'm gonna go look for a brush to help me paint in these big black areas, and then we'll start moving to the next area.
Welcome to the New This Week video for July 31st. We've got a small week this week.
Can you guys hear that
breeze
all right?
right through this stuff. Very
Hopefully.
small DC week, which
Is the
is
volume level okay?
most anybody happy. Yeah. So we're going to start off with the Anansi Boys.
Let me know if the volume
Issue number
level's
2.
okay. Then I'll.
Issue 1 sold very well. We'll see what issue 2 goes.
Okay.
I don't know why Neil
Yes.
Gaiman's name is on it. It's someone else is actually writing it, but maybe it was his story and they're just his script and someone's writing the comic for it.
I don't care enough to check.
I don't care either. I'm not a big fan of Gaiman anyways. We got Blade Runner number 1, a new Tokyo Nexus, a new miniseries of Blade Runner.
Okay, no complaints. You guys can
I got
hear?
like 4 or 5 people that buy this, and that's about it. You know, it's
All right. I'll be back.
The Butcher's Boy number 3.
That seems like something you would check out.
I checked out
At least
issue.
by the title. And the
I
cover.
checked out issue 1. It was kind of I haven't looked at issue 2 yet. And then we've got The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos by James Tynan.
First grade is a magical age. My students are so excited about everything they learn. And my union, we have so many strong leaders that are willing to fight for them. With the loss of funding, we have to fill our classes to maximum capacity. So it's imperative that we support teachers and their students. Awesome. We are stronger together with hope for the future. My name is Lauren, and I'm proud to be a union teacher.
It's Tynan, not the fourth. Or
Not the fourth, just Tynan. I think that's the reason why this is one of my least selling Tynan books. I think it's because it's Tynan. It confuses people that it wasn't the fourth. They think it's a different Tynan. I don't know.
Nobody knows.
And we've got a new book here, a new number 1 called Cross Country by Dark Harbor. Not too familiar with what it's about. Something it looks like I want to try. Scout Comics does it. It's another imprint of Scout Comics. You've got an automatic rifle here with bullet holes against the car and a stuffed duck. I mean, it looks like it could be violent. I like violence. Yeah, violence is good. Artwork doesn't look bad. Artwork's okay. Everybody give this a shot.
I love how he says art at work.
And then we've got Daisy Chain, issue number 1 from Comicsburg. I'll give this a shot too. I believe Alfred Page is the same creator that did Blowtorch from Comicsburg. Yes,
That would be correct.
Yep. And we carried that. That sold pretty well.
Give this one a shot.
We're gonna give this one a shot too. He was watching us on our live stream. He was watching us on our live stream when we did it
really?
a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah. He was on a live stream chatting with us. So yeah, so we'll give that one a shot. How about DOA Inc. LLC from American Mythology Comics number 1? This looks like a random. It's American Mythology. You kind of know what you're going to get when you. It's a random horror book that they put out. It'll probably be a lot of fun. Nothing too serious. Art's not bad. It'll just be a fun book to pick up and read.
That's not bad.
I didn't think this book was still going.
I thought it was over. I thought it was over after the last. But it's here. The Department of Truth, issue number 24. Another Tynan book. Gotta give the guy credit. We make fun of him a lot. Well, I make fun of him a lot.
A little bit.
But he puts out some quality, and he puts out a lot of stuff. I mean, he's working his ass off. He puts out stuff. Yep. And it doesn't look like he's just putting out stuff just for like a money grab or whatever. It looks like
That creator interviewed
there's a method behind his madness.
last week, Adam Lawson. He just met James
credit
Tynan
him,
at a
Bun,
store.
Miller,
Yes, signing.
and even Lemire. And then we have Drawing Blood number 4.
Drawing.
Still no interest. Don't care. I think
cover doesn't help.
no, not at all. It's a Kevin Eastman. I could care less. Wow, big deal. He invented the Turtles. Ooh. Yeah. But I will say, last week's Turtles book was good.
Was it?
Yep.
You tried it?
I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it very much. Turtle in Jail. It was done by Jason Aaron. I rag on Jason Aaron all the time, but I thought it was a good story. The artwork was fantastic. Dust number 6. I don't know. I think this is. I mean, someone pulled it out from under the dust because this book is like 6-7 months late. Something's going on with Scout. I think they're having some problems because a lot of this stuff has been late, but it's starting to come back out again. What about a little Gotcha Man number 2? We know someone who loves Gotcha Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
You like it so far?
Well, the first one was more informational than anything else, but it looked like it was going to be good.
And what about the other one, the Galacticor or whatever?
Galactor?
Yeah,
Galactor was really good.
Yeah.
There was like a one-shot.
And the Ken one-shot was really, really
That
good.
is not
a
description that I want people to read
Mad
the
Cave
comic
Studios
that I eventually produce. I don't want them to go,
picked up,
it was
picked
informative.
up a franchise, it's and
That's
see
not
what they
the
do, right?
adjective I'm looking
IDW
for.
used to get all those, but it doesn't look like they get many of those anymore. So, this is a Mad Cave Studios book I'm not reading. I'm just really not that interested in it. But the first issue did very well. Cullen Bunn, Ghost Lord, number 12. There we go.
I kind of am waiting for this book to hurry up and end.
Yeah, I mean,
I enjoyed it more in the beginning. Now I feel like it's dragging really.
I feel the same way. I feel since they had that big break too.
There's that big break, and then they came back with some issues.
Grim 19. Yeah, I feel the same way
That's
as
a
you.
book I'm interested in. It's grim.
It's
I've
kinda
never
picking up a little
read
bit
it.
Finally, after that last issue, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's
Curious
time just to
about that
end. I mean, don't take a break the way you. As long as you took a break, you'll keep the momentum
keep it
going.
going.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel if it ends, it would be okay. It would be okay. I liked a lot of Stephanie Phillips stuff too. I know there's a lot of people who don't. But I do.
Some of her hero stuff isn't that great.
No, but no, it's not.
Her independent stuff's usually
Yeah,
better.
I agree. I think she's a lot better with the
She should
independence.
end it as a ongoing, and then just come out with like 4-issue miniseries.
Oh, definitely. That would work because there's still a lot of good characters, a lot of stuff that can be
Right.
still told. Right. Right. A 4-issue miniseries disappears for 6-8 months, another 4-issue miniseries. I think it
just
would work
seems
a lot
It
better.
just seems like the main story going on in this book
Is
is
dragging.
still
Yeah.
going on.
Right. Yep.
The internet in America sucks. You pay too much, your internet speed.
Yep, I agree. Grommets, number 3. That's buddy Rick Remender.
Are you still reading that? Or did
No,
you give up after-
I read by issue 1, even with that kid landing on his
Even
face
the
and
face plant?
yeah, no, I couldn't take it anymore. I read the little backup story of how he was a skateboarder and so was Posian or whatever. How they were skateboarders and stuff.
No,
and I said, yeah,
Reminds him too much of Corey.
yeah.
Remender was definitely a
Story with
skateboarder.
one of those skaters.
Yeah, I couldn't take it. 3 books for Tynan this week. This guy's on fire. House of Slaughter, number 25. Unfortunately, this is the book I don't really like. No.
Something killing the children, yes.
Yes.
This book, no.
Yeah, this. If it ended tomorrow, I don't even read it anymore. I fired it. So, but I mean, it's still moving on. It still sells a little. So, hey, it's fine. If I sell 1 copy or 8 copies, and I don't care. It's still money going to the register. It's this I'm looking forward to. The Kosher Mafia, number 1. Again, another Mad Cave Studio thing. They've the last few issues they've put this like 5 pages of the story in the first thing, and it's a mafia. It's a mob book.
Yep.
And I like that stuff. I like the crime stuff. Now this
I was worried about.
we were talking about it last week.
Yeah.
Last week. Where is it?
I felt like this was late, and I wasn't sure.
I think it is. Masterpiece number 6.
Because this has been very good.
Yes, it has. And we just complained last week. Where the hell is this book? And
I just didn't know if it was because we had 5 Wednesdays this month.
no,
and I
this
just
book
lost track,
this
but
book is late.
I was like, ugh,
But I'm glad to see it's out.
nice.
Because Bendis hasn't been doing it for me lately, and I think he's been really good on this book.
On that book, he's
Yep.
been good.
Yep. So maybe he's got some creative juices back. I mean, that Joy Operations is garbage, but hey, he's got 2 going on. And then we got Mark Miller's Nightclub, Volume 1 trade paperback.
Oh, yeah, he's coming out with volume 2
How about some Ninja versus Roku television?
for the next wave of that one.
Right, Ninjak. Right, Ninjak versus the Roku TV.
Yeah.
Or the Roku Fire Stick, or whatever it is, or just versus Roku. Who knows?
I just opened the
Nottingham,
old,
number 14. I think 15 is the last issue.
the
There's only
old
1 or 2
Ninja
issues.
series, the Joe
Yep.
Quesada started
Yeah, but they
one.
need to wrap up a long time ago. And we got an Antarctic Press book.
Some great Joe
Niobe
Quesada work in
Outbreak,
that.
issue number
Joe
205.
Quesada at
Break of Niobe.
Comic-Con just announced his
Our
new comic book company called Amazing Comics.
long-time customer, Brian Robinson, loved this book.
Really?
Yep, loved it. I know he's
Very
looking forward to number 2
Curious
right
to
now.
see what he does with that.
Yep, loved it.
Good for him.
Hopefully you're watching, Brian.
It didn't have any multi-armed mutants in it.
No, that's someone else. We don't mention his name. Mention his name, then all hell breaks loose. Operation Sunshine, number 4. And then we get this.
I don't understand why people are wasting their time on this book. Take a year off? Fine. No, it's 3 years. They come back for 6 issues that took another year. Then they disappeared for another year. So you've wasted 5 years of your life to get 6 issues, and you're still going to support this? Really?
I'm not wasting my time on this book.
I'm done.
All right, Sam and Twitch, number 5.
That's a lot of folds.
This book's good
I
too.
like that so
Yep.
far.
Sanction, number...
3, I think.
Do we see a number? Right there. Number 3.
Very small.
Yeah, I need a
Fine print.
Yeah. Yep, this book has been really good. Silicon Bandits, number 3.
I didn't bother with
I did. I don't know if I'm reading this one or not. It's I'm gonna let my wife read it first. And if she says, "Oh yeah, you should still be reading it." My wife is here right now. She just doesn't want to get on. She doesn't want to on camera. I says, "Hey, she should come up. She should come up and do the new this week with us because she reads a lot of these books." But she's actually smart, okay?
She's somehow the smart one out of all of us.
Yeah. She's the one that says, "I'm
2
not
a.m.
going on
Rocky's
camera."
not that
First of all,
fun.
you're a
Oh,
goofball,
well.
you know, and so she knows, you know.
She don't want to be on camera
Sorry.
with the idiots.
Yeah.
Or us.
I just like
Think
having these guys in the background.
That's why Buff
and I
hides back there.
perk up when I
Yeah,
hear
absolutely.
them talk about certain.
Sonic the Hedgehog, number
Books that I
71. This book's been out for 1,000 years.
There's another
Feels
one
like-
that I.
It's been around for a
Let me
while.
see if I
don't
can
know if they've done
find.
many
Stop it.
different series of it.
Oh yeah. I mean, remember Archie?
Let me see
did
if I
it?
can find. There's
Did it-
another
yeah.
show. One second. There is another show that. What are they called? Oh. Yeah. Green Brain Comics. Is that right? Did they post anything today? Oh no. Did they do it live? 7 hours ago. Yeah, okay. You ready for this? This is totally opposite.
Oh, welcome, Brainiacs! Thank you for
Okay, this'll
joining us
wake you
today
up.
as we dive into the thrilling world of comic books. New Comic Book Day is almost upon us, and we're here to give you an exclusive
sorry,
preview
Robert.
of the latest and greatest releases hitting the shelves. Get ready for adventure as we show you epic storylines, iconic characters,
You asked for
and
it, also,
stunning
Mark.
artwork that brings it all to life. Don't miss out on the exciting live stream. It's time to feed your brain on Brain Scan.
Hey everybody, sorry about the delay, but we are here now and ready for this week's episode of Brain Scan, where we will scan our shelves and show you all the new books hitting the racks this week, Wednesday, July 31st.
Woo!
2024. Happy birthday, Leo! This is our 5th Wednesday of the month. We got 5 Wednesdays this month, so it's going to be a unique new book drop this week. Not super big, but a lot of really cool things that we can't wait to show you. I am Katie. We got Monty on the live chat.
There's Monty.
Okay.
Chime in and let us know
Sorry.
what you're excited about this week,
I won't let it
as
play
well
too
as
long.
if there's anything that you
But
want
this is just to
set
show you
aside in your
guys-
pull bin to pick
if
up
you can't
later.
hear me. This is
We
just
also
to show
got
you
Cameraman
guys.
Dan
I'll
on the
turn them down a
camera.
little bit.
Here I am with
There-
my camera
There he is.
on time.
He's got it.
Actually,
Chiming in with all the
lower it
facts
again.
about all these wonderful new releases
we
that
go.
we just can't wait to show you. So without any further ado,
But yeah, this
let's
is a-
get ready to look at some new comics.
Woo! Wouldn't
We
you know
got-
the day that we're running late is the day that David Moore shows up early. Yeah.
it's
you,
just funny.
David.
This is just how like
Over
how
here in our
different
all
every
ages
comic
section,
book
we have
store
a
can
couple
be.
of very cute little golden
They all
books
take on the
featuring some
energy
iconic
and the
women in history.
personality
we have Princess
of
Diana,
The store owners.
very nice.
Good
But
or
the
bad.
real princess
but,
is Audrey Hepburn.
when I found these guys, I was
am
like,
a huge
oh my
fan
gosh.
of this wonderful actress and
Like, I'm more used to the kind
These are
of
both great
comic book
people
store owner
and
like
great
the
little
previous one I
golden
just showed.
book
That's
stories
kind
to
of
share.
what I'm used to
with
or
your
have
young
experienced
loved
before.
ones.
But this, I have never experienced anything
Wonderful.
like this before.
Princess Golden Book.
I almost made this my pick of the week, but there's something very exciting that is my pick of the week later on in the episode. And now let's catch this
See,
one
should
manga
I
right here real quick.
try those cross hatches?
Over here in our manga section, we have Nos and Zaruko Volume 1. It's Nosferatu and her adopted daughter, Zaruko.
If you like the Addams Family and the Munsters and all that Tim Burton stuff, you'll probably dig this.
Oh yeah, fun
These
family
guys are so
vampire
weird.
adventures.
Yeah. Fun family
Ooh, I
vampire
love it. I would
All
love
right,
to visit the
that's what we
store.
got over in manga, and then we're gonna
While they're
jump
filming
over here
this.
to our crime section and show you what's new on our periodical wall. We have Masterpiece from Brian Michael Bendis, number 6. This was kind of missing off the
Oh, that
shelf for a
Friday. I
minute.
picked up
Now
that
it's back.
Friday.
Is it a
Love
new
it.
story arc?
I haven't read it yet, but
This is wrapping up a story arc.
Oh.
I think it just had some delays in production, but it's here now. Hooray.
We understand. Delays happen. It's
yeah,
okay.
it does. Yeah, they must have had that one in cold storage for a while.
Over here in our action adventure shelf, we have a new episode of like what are you looking at? Berserker pen and ink. Over
what?
here. What is happening?
Oh.
It's the Berserker Fallen Empire, the pen and ink edition, #1.
Wait, who's that?
This is a black and white reprinting featuring the art and commentary by Rebecca Isaacs.
I'll have to go look for that one.
Falling in Love on the Path to
Love me some
Hell,
black and white.
#1, third printing.
And has a cool cover by Gary Brown.
Grommets, #3.
This is such a fun book from Rick Remender, Brian Posehn, and Brett Parson.
Ooh, Firepower hardcover from Robert Kirkman and Chris Samney.
Oh, Chris
I
Samney.
think this collects
Love
the
Chris
Samney.
second half.
Nice.
Yes, all wrapped up in 2 volumes. Uh-oh.
That wraps up our action adventure shelf. Now let's step over here and see what's new in horror.
Ooh, horrible.
Horrible. Look at these horrible, wonderful comics. It's Department of Truth, #24.
Ooh, Department of Truth is back with more awesome conspiracies and fun.
Stoker's Dracula trade paperback.
This is adapted by Roy Thomas and Dick Giordano over a 30-year period based on the novel of Bram Stoker.
It's published by Marvel.
That's right. It was published by Marvel originally back in the old black and white magazine-y days. And then it finally got finished in 2005.
We also got a new issue of Grimm. It's #19 from Stephanie Phillips
Ooh, pretty cover.
and Flaviano. Lore, #2 of 3, remastered from T.P. Louise and Ashley Wood.
Yeah, it's cool getting this back into print in a nice deluxe format.
Operation Sunshine, #4.
Beautiful art from David Rubin.
House of Slaughter, #25. The Butcher's War, Part 5.
Cool cover.
And that wraps up our horror shelf. Now we're going to come around here and check out and see what's new in our zines and graphic novels. Let's see if Monty wants to step in and showcase this section. Here you go, Monty.
Does
Hello,
look like a cool
hello.
story.
Hey, welcome.
All right, so for zines, we've got Bottoms Up by Barbara Benass. This zine is published by Silver Sprocket. It's about a surrealist recipe
Silver
blog, and
Sprocket
it has to do
is,
with, the anxiety of
I'm pretty
creating
sure
and
that's
wanting
the
to
same.
make
There's a Silver
the thing you
Sprocket.
create be
The
perfect,
actual
but
main
what
Silver
if
Sprocket is
it'll
here
all go
in San
terribly
Francisco. That's the
wrong?
same Silver Sprocket. It's a
So,
store,
it is
and they
my
have like
pick of the week.
really alterno
It's
books.
got some pretty cool spot varnish here and there.
and
At first I
zines
thought it
there.
had some
I've been there a
moisture
few
on the cover,
times.
but no,
It's not
spot
my
varnish.
scene. The zine
Shiny.
scene. I love
All right.
zines, but it's not my
And
scene.
next
The kind of
in
books they
our
carry, so I don't
original
go that
graphic novel
often.
section, we
They
have
carry
George
carry
Sand,
very
True
few
Genius, True
mainstream
Woman
stuff, but it's still
by
interesting. And it's cool they have their own
Severine
imprint.
Vidal and Kim Consigny.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll go for it, yeah. I think this is put out by Self-Made Heroes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, and it's Sean's pick of the week. Woo!
Another beautiful artist biography on the shelf.
And finally, well, next we have Comics by Charles Burns.
Yeah, this isn't really a graphic novel, though, huh?
Yeah, it's yeah. Look at those little squids. What are they doing?
So these are covers for comics that don't exist. Yes. Don't open it.
Yes, mature content, not safe for work. Lackadaisy, Volume 2 by Tracy Butler.
Yeah, Volume 1 came out earlier this year from Iron Circus. Want to try and get that back in, but in the meantime, hooray, we got Volume 2.
Woo!
All right.
All right, and that's what we've got for graphic novels and zines.
Hooray.
Do, do, do,
I'll
do,
just
do.
follow you back here while you intersect with Katie.
Intersecting with Katie.
Beep, beep, beep.
Beep, 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 boop.
Yeah, so there's some
So they live stream this. I've never joined the live stream. It's pretty interesting. They live stream.
I might need to get that comics. Whoops. Dave Chow says he might need to get that comics. Let us know if you do want it set aside for you, Dave, and we will put it aside for you to pick up this week.
I did review Berserker. I think it's a different one-shot. They've been doing a bunch of different Berserker one-shots.
And then we're gonna
Awesome
come-
one.
oh,
So
nothing over
that
here.
one, the one I reviewed was Steve
nothing
Scrose. I haven't done a review in a long time.
Strip
But
collections.
that one I think is by a
Yeah.
different artist.
Oh, what about catalogs?
Oh yeah, we got. Some
Isn't that what people
catalogs.
do?
Well, let's see. Let's check them out.
Me
We got the
watching
DC
other
catalog.
YouTubes.
Boom. We got the
What's up,
IDW
Unhinged?
catalog.
Thank you
Boom.
so much. Stay gold, Pony Boy.
And
All right,
we got
thanks
the
so much,
Diamond
dude. Good to see you around.
Boom. Ooh. The Creeping Below. From
Yeah, Alexa Daisy was
Looks
mentioned,
creepy.
Emo Trash.
Ooh,
Everybody's
Brian
fading.
Azzarello.
What?
Oh,
Come
Vanessa
on.
Del Rey.
Come
It's on
on.
the other cover. Terminator.
No,
Whoa,
I've been
look
to
at
many
that.
a
All kinds of
Comic-Con,
cool
and
new
I
stuff
do
coming
know
up in
high energy
October.
weirdness.
These are catalogs that are showing you right now what to expect in about 2 months. So you can get your pre-orders in
Bagels
as
for
early as
Katie.
you want for any of these items that are in the August catalog.
All right.
Boom. All right, now let's see what's new over here in sci-fi. We have Blade Runner Tokyo Nexus
This is
number
how this
1
woman
of 4.
talks.
This is a brand new series with a brand new
Sci-fi.
creative team. Not familiar with any of them, but it is pretty cool.
Nice.
Bet she
Godzilla
does say noise.
Rivals
Noise.
versus Manda.
Manda is a giant snake with arms.
That's called a dragon.
This features art by Jake Lawrence, decidedly different from what's here on the cover. It's a little bit more cartoony than you'd expect in a Godzilla book, but it's still lots of fun. Godzilla versus Manda.
Nice.
I'm not a huge.
Oh my gosh, look
I
at
know
it. I'm
Sean
so
loves
excited.
Godzilla. I'm not a
It's the
huge Godzilla fan.
new story arc
I mean,
of
it's cool.
Saga. It's back
I
after
know there's
another
some
6-month
diehard
hiatus,
Godzilla
but
fans out there.
it's so good. I have to forgive them for taking
So I
their
don't pick
time
up many.
because
That
I
all
would
being said, I don't
rather
pick up
it
many
be
Godzilla
late and
comics.
great than fast and not so great. So, Saga is back. It's issue number 67. This kicks off the 12th volume of this series, and I'm
I've
super
never read
excited to
Saga.
have it back on the shelf and can't wait to see what happens to my Saga family. And of course, that's why it's my pick of the week.
Woo! Made it.
Made it. Look at that. Look at Hazel. She's so big.
Growing up.
Growing up.
Right in front of our eyes.
And that wraps up our sci-fi shelf. Now let's see what's new in fantasy adventure.
Okay.
We have Neil Gaiman's Anansi Boys.
There's a couple places I got to hit with white
that
for this
David
panel, but
cover.
Beautiful. We got a
pretty
new
close.
volume of Richard Corbin's Den. It's volume 2.
Oh, classic material. So glad to have it back in print in this very cool
I am.
library edition.
I am.
Oh yeah, and it's got this nice gold spot metallic on
Oh,
the
yeah.
cover. Fancy.
Oh, that's awesome. That den.
And wrapping up the
That's been
fantasy
in
shelf
the-
with William of
A lot of people have been talking
Newbury,
about that
number
edition.
3.
With a nice watercolored cover by Michael Avon Oman.
Nice. All right, that
see.
wraps up our fantasy shelf. Now let's see what's new in indie
Where am I going?
superheroes.
Yeah.
Ooh, kicking it off with volume 3 of Adventure Man
Guess
from
I'll
Matt
start
Fraction
this.
and the Dodsons.
Continuing the fun adventures of that
I'm gonna go with this middle panel.
adventure family. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We got a Valiant Hero Universe Origins trade paperback reprinting the Faith series.
Yeah, this is getting back into the history of the previous runs and getting some of that important stuff back into print.
It's number 1 of Final Fight.
This is the same universe as Street Fighter. Final Fight was a classic head-to-head video game, and it's got the same fun action that you enjoy in Street Fighter.
Mad Gear's Crime Wave is over.
Yeah.
Brought to you from Udon. Ooh, we got a new issue of Spawn. It's number 355, breaking a record with every issue.
Skulls and chains.
Heck yeah. Everybody
Kids
loves
love skulls.
Kids love skulls and chains.
They had a really cool
Sam and Twitch, Case Files, number 5.
Spawn statue that
Ooh, hard-boiled
McFarlane is releasing, and they announced at San
Teenage
Diego.
Mutant Ninja Turtles, Black, White, and Green, number 3.
Oh, you got all kinds of cool stuff in here. You got Carlos Gaffoni, Jock, Riley Rossmo, Alexis Zirrett even, all in this awesome black, white, and green.
Riley
anthology.
Rossmo is doing a new series with Daniel Warren
And that
Johnson
wraps up our
too.
indie superhero shelf. Now let's see what's new in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Starting with Absolute Power Task Force 7, number 3 of 7.
Continuing this weekly series.
We got a Batman Detective Comics trade paperback, Gotham Nocturne Overture.
Mm-hmm.
From Rom V. Is that the first volume 1 of the Rom V storyline?
Yes. Finally out and finally in softcover.
Nice. We got volume 2 of the Batman Superman World's Finest trade paperback, Strange Visitor, from Mark Waid and Dan Mora.
Hey, just a note before we show you the next couple things.
Dan Moore is a great artist.
That's all we got in DC.
He's like the artist right now.
This is a 5th
at
week for
DC.
DC Publishing, and they generally just put out
I just finished
single,
reading
one-shots, special
one of
projects,
his-
trade paperbacks, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
One
just
compilation
a few more
of
things
his, I
in
can't
DC
remember
this
what it
week.
was. It was something I borrowed from the library.
Justice League of America Facsimile Edition, number 1.
And
I'm looking on the
he
cover.
just
I
has,
can see
he
it.
oozes appeal in his drawings.
Yeah, look at this cool thing.
Yeah, this is the first starring series for a supergroup. I think Justice Society predated that, but it's still really close. Classic material that is also available in a foil version. Look at, there it is. It's foily.
Curses.
I'm 3
Foil
hours behind
again.
East Coast.
That's
Wow,
my favorite
Katie has a
lines from
Discord.
Foil
John is
Comics.
advertising for her.
We got number 6 of
Yeah, I
Red
just made
Hood,
it to
The
midnight.
Hill of
I got
6.
plenty
wrapping up
hours to
this
go.
miniseries.
Yeah.
And a really cool one-shot of Super Pets. It's the Super Pets special, Identity Crisis, the issue you've all been waiting for.
This is one of their quarterly anthology one-shots with a bunch of different creators focusing on a bunch of different characters and stories. There is even a dog/Watchman parody
Sounds
in the
horrible.
back by Kyle Starks.
Nice, yes. Kyle Starks. Yes. All right, and that wraps up what's new from DC this week. Now let's see what's new from Marvel.
Ooh, so much.
Starting with Annihilation 2099, number 5.
I think that wraps up this weekly shipping 2099 miniseries.
Featuring Dracula 2099.
That's right. They got all them Draculas.
Black Widow Venomous, number 1, kicking off a new series.
This is pretty cool looking. It is written by Erica Schultz with art by Luciano Vecchio, which I've recently fallen in love with this art. Really nice. It's got this cover by, I think it's Lyrics Lee, but the interiors are very similar. This is a one-shot that bridges the gap between the previous miniseries and the 3-issue miniseries that ties in with Venom War. This is Black Widow Venomous, and it's my pick of the week.
Woo!
There it is.
Oh, so this is just a one-shot?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, my mistake. All right, moving down the line, we got number 5 of Blood Hunt, wrapping up this miniseries.
That's what I'm picking up tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's the regular version there.
And then, of course, we got the extra bloody,
Also picking
appropriate
up that version.
audiences only, explicit content, Red Band edition, which is polybagged for your protection.
That's right. Oh, by the way, we do have a Stray Peach Momoko cover as a variant for the regular Blood Hunt. Want to make sure you saw that.
Oh, and also congratulations to Peach Momoko for winning the Eisner for Best Cover
Yeah,
Artist.
she did. We were
So
having
there
the
you go.
Eisner.
Every time you see a cover by her, you know that Eisner Award winning
Which that
cover
comic book
artist.
store owner, Glenn,
Bam.
at the other place, Comic Book Palace, the one you guys
All
thought
right,
was
moving
boring.
down the line with Captain
He hates
Marvel,
Peach Momoko.
number 10.
Continuing that series by Alyssa Wong.
Deadpool, World War III, Wolverine, number 2, second print.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, number 22, Blood Hunt tie-in with this really creepy cover.
This cover is so great. There's so much going on in this book. But yeah, check it out. Fun.
Helverine, number 3.
Oh, Ben Percy having fun.
I Am Iron Man, trade paperback.
This is the mini-series that was put together by the two gentlemen that are making waves over in Oni Press with their new series, Akogan, the Brutalizer.
Oh.
This is really nice. Beautiful art, cool story.
We also got Midnight Suns Blood Hunt, number 3 of 3, wrapping up this Blood Hunt miniseries.
Yeah, just a note, I'm pretty sure Blood Hunt number 5 should be the first thing you read this week. And I think all the other tie-ins are epilogues. And
I want a
stuff that
bagel,
happens
John.
Afterwards.
Send me a
Based on
bagel,
the
please.
reading order that's on the back of them.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
that's not good in the middle of the night,
Sounds
right?
good.
Bagels?
Good to know.
That's like eating
Ms.
a brick.
Marvel Annual and Infinity Watch Annual crossover.
And speaking of reading order, this is chapter 4 in the Infinity Watch story.
Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider, number 3.
Another fun series written by Stephanie Phillips with this beautiful Mark Brooks cover. Nice.
The Amazing Spider-Man, number 54.
Wow, this hair is
Wrapping
gonna
up
be
this
hard.
Freaky Friday style
that for a second.
adventure written by Zeb Wells with art by Ed McGuinness.
Yeah, it looks like we got a variant cover.
Yes, we do. And this is a 1 in 25 by Yasmin Putri.
Nice.
Very cool.
Spider-Man, Shadow of the Green Goblin, number 4.
Featuring the final fate of the Proto-Goblin.
With the fun logo cover dress there.
Yeah.
The Immortal Thor, number 13.
Alex Ross with another fun cover. And this is part of the weapon extraction storyline also.
Venomverse Reborn, number 1, second print.
Hooray, new print.
What if
What?
Donald Duck became Wolverine?
This is so fun. This is exactly what you think it is. And it's fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Goofiness in the What If verse.
Goofy's in there too.
Hooray. Wonderful.
Does it sound
What if
so authentic?
Dark reprinting this mini-series featuring all the Dark characters. Dark with a twist. It was What If Dark Loki, What If Dark Spider-Gwen, etc., etc. There was all those different ones, and now they're all collected in one trade paperback.
All right.
Ultimate Spider-Man, number 7.
Another big storyline from Jonathan Hickman.
Green and purple.
Yeah, green and purple.
My hand was
X-Force,
over this
number
big black
1
spot and
for a
nothing came
new
out from
Number
my hand,
1
so it's
over
pretty
here.
nice.
Written by Jeffrey Thorne with art by Marcus Toe. And this cover by Segovia, Steven Segovia. We got a 1 in 25 there from Mahmoud Asrar. Very cool. From the Ashes.
A new beginning. All the new X number 1s is, except for this one, that's a number 4. It's X-Men, Heir of Apocalypse, number 4.
I think this wraps up that
X-
series.
Bodies.
That's every issue with Apocalypse.
All right, and that wraps up our Marvel Universe. Now let's see, we just got a couple more left over here in our Star Wars section. We have a modern era epic collection, Skywalker Strikes.
I'm not that interested.
This reprints
in Star Wars
the
comics.
first Star Wars storyline from back 10 years ago after they re-got the license back. This is written by Jason Aaron with stories from Kieran Gillen, art by John Cassaday, Simon Bianchi, Stuart Eminem, Mike Diodato Jr., so many cool artists.
Awesome. And last but not least, it's Star Wars Darth Maul, Black, White, and Red, number 4.
I think I'm gonna have
Another
to try.
standalone issue for this Darth Maul miniseries.
We'll see.
All right.
Right.
I think that we did it.
We
Time
did
for
it.
more
Bam,
books.
We started late, but we might end on time because of such a short list this week. But that's
Hooray.
okay. 5 Wednesdays is a good catch-up week. Is a good time to catch up on all.
All right, that's enough of those guys. we go. More black areas here. I actually misangled this line. I'm wondering if I should correct it or not. It's not a big deal, but it's an easy enough correction. Just means I'm going to have to pull out the corrective white, which might be a good thing to try, because I know I have to eventually learn how to use this corrective white and see how it sits down and how I can ink back on top of it, all that kind of stuff. So I might use that as a space correction. There's also a part of the hair that feels like the way they drew it in this one panel, they used white. Right here, they used white and painted it in white instead of drawing the blacks around it. So I think I'll try that too. Like even this process here of like, if this was in Photoshop, just like boop, it would be like fill bucket. But there's something about like painting the black in and making sure it's all to the edges, just that exercise, something really soothing about it. I'm not done talking with you, John. I'm so glad you guys are still here. So I always get this fear of like having to fill in the silence with something. That'll probably, I'll try Fat Rat next time, Comrade Sammy, to get some background ambience. I know that's why I like when Shelby does his drawings. He's got that crazy duck song going all the time. But sometimes you don't need to fill in silence. I'm okay with silence. I know you guys think I talk a lot, which I do, but that's because I'm the only one who can talk. Unless Shant's still there. Shant, are you here? Are you awake? You want to come in here? You can talk while I'm drawing. Just let me know. John says, wait, what? Is that a joke? Because I don't have any Metallica playing. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. John says, Rocky, is the fill brush also a Hobby Lobby? No, this is just some rando brush that I had. It says 3/8 inches. I think it's in one of those brushes that I got like in a $5 set or something. Nothing special. I'd rarely spent, up till now, I've rarely spent quality money on brushes. I just kind of use what I have, which is fine. Like I said, if it works, it works. But I do feel like there's certain things that are worth spending on. So this process of master studying is not only to learn about the drawings and the techniques that these comic artists have used, but also like what materials I like, what work best for me, what tools. It's all learning. I'm amazed I don't have any ink marks on this side of my hand yet. That's a good sign for the ink. That it dries quick and it doesn't bleed easily. Too much ink on there. Ooh, that's looking cool. Whoa. Is that a cat hair? It's cat hair. Hmm. Sorry. I was trying to pick out a cat hair. Oops. Wow, that was potentially disastrous. I was trying to pull out a cat hair and I had to look closely. So you probably saw the top of my head. I do feel like I need a little bit more light. That's cool. Let me zoom out of this panel. That's looking cool. That's awesome. Whoa, someone's still awake. Lean forward so I can compare your head with Noah's. Good. Who's Noah? Is that another streamer that's head gets into frame? Yeah, sorry. I always hate that. Somebody, who is it that was inking once I was watching, and they're wearing a hat, and like the bill of their hat kept coming in. It's pretty funny. Okay, let's see. So let me pull out the question. I guess I can try and do this with ink, but I will pull out the corrector white for that top part. Let's see, 1228 right now. The way that John Beatty inked this hair is masterful. I can't even match this. This is insane brush control to do what he did. Oof. I feel like I might have to do this with white. Yeah, that hair, Punisher's hair, looks all like suave and beautiful, wavy hair, and mine just looks like it got electrocuted. I definitely think I would have better results cutting into that with white. Ugh. That's not pretty. Sorta. $8:28 a.m. in the UK. No kidding. Don't giggle at me, Rocky. Keeping track of people is difficult. Beans on toast for Katie. Emo, Shant, and I are in the cool time zone. I think Awesome One's in not as far over. Yeah, Central. That's right. You're in the lame zone, he says. One day Awesome One can join the cool time zone again. Guys. Oh my gosh. I'm in the lamest zone, apparently. Am I? Maybe. But I got more time. Got more time than you guys. It's not as egregious that I'm up right now as it is for you guys. I'm gonna blacken up to probably this part, and then I'll go get the corrector white. That'll be interesting to play around with. I mean, I'm assuming it's like painting with white, like white out, but better. Comrade Sammy, do you have any songs that you recommend for Fat Rat? He's got like 1,000 million. Do you have any particular songs that I should listen to as potential background music? Let me know. All right, let me get that white. Let's see. I have this whole box of brushes. Sure, one of them I can use for white. I mean, I think to cut in, to do the whiting out, I can use any old brush, but to do that cut in, I'm going to need a brush that has a good tip. Let me go... 1 second, you guys. Let me go clean out my water. I'll be right back. Don't leave me. All right. You are all in the future compared to me. It's funny you say that. I've referenced that before. It's like whenever we've gone overseas to the other side of the world or whatever, it's like, we're in the future. We're literally in the future. Did I? Yes. I missed many strands of hair. Oh my gosh. It's like trying to parallel park. Oh, Emo Trash, do you listen to Fat Rat too? Close to the Sun is one of my personal faves. Okay. Close to the Sun. Almost lived in Hawaii, but Dad chose a higher pay and we moved to Guam instead. Okay. How was Guam? I know there's a lot of Filipinos in Guam. That sounded needy, don't leave me. It was a little bit, just a little codependent. That would have been really sad if I came back and you guys are all gone. That would have been really sad. At least he's not playing some weird comic shop videos. Okay, okay. I won't do that again. I thought it would be interesting. Never again. I hear you. I will take the feedback. Oh, wow. This is a great list. Jackpot, Time Lapse, Back One Day, Unity, Rule the World are all pretty good songs. Jackpot is definitely my favorite. I will... Let me write these down. Jackpot, Time Lapse, Back One Day, Unity, Rule the World. And then Emo Trash said, Close to the Sun. Cool, thanks you guys. I will check those out. And you said that most of the ones he's done that have vocals, that he does versions that don't have vocals, that'd be cool. Okay, so I'm using this stuff here called Pro White, recommended by a lot of people. Probably a glorified whiteout, but it's supposed to go on really nice. Use with paper, use with brush pen and airbrush. Stir well. Oh no, this needs stirring. That means I need another brush. What in the... Oh, I see. Alright, let's see how this goes. Never worked with the stuff before. So the correction I'm trying to do is in the original, and I did it on this panel where the end of that shaft of light or shadow ends right here on insight, a little inset from the corner, and then here I went past the corner. So that affects the angle of this whole shaft of light. Is it that big of a deal? No. But it does affect the composition a little bit. So I'm going to just use this as an opportunity to try out this white. And immediately I can already say I need more because it's not totally opaque. There we go. Oh yeah, this will be great to do cutting into the black. I'll do that. So I might just fill this all in black and then cut out reverse negative Kobayashi, the white strands. That's cool. This works pretty well. See how fast it dries. Cool. There are other places. Well, I'm waiting for that to dry. There are definitely other places I remember. Here. Right here, they do this cool thing that I want to try, where this motion line passes through this shadow. They have like a break in white right there. So my motion line is not totally lined up the same way as theirs is, but I can do that break right here and use the white to create that break. That's cool. Neat. Booyah. Love it. There's other corrections I was thinking. Now you got me with corrections. Oh yeah, here. I didn't like the way this turned out. I'm gonna redo this. And I thought there was something else. That's cool. Nice. Pro white. Ah! keep that handy because I'm going to blacken this in and then I'll reverse out. Oh, I guess I need to go over this too again. Emo Trust, are you scared of the dark, Rocky? Is that why we can't leave? No. I just love the company. Filipinos are the migrants of the world. I've heard that they're the mutts of the world, mutts of Asia, but maybe that's not so nice to say. I can say that because I'm Filipino. If you know Filipinos or have met Filipinos, you usually, I oftentimes get the response that people say when they meet me and they find out I'm Filipino. They're like, really? Either people think I'm not full Filipino, like not both of my parents are not Filipino, like maybe just one of them, or they think I'm mixed something or other, Filipino and Chinese, or I've heard that, or mixed Chinese and white. So the amazing thing with the Philippines, and at least Filipino people that I know, is the ethnic influence can be a very wide range. So you have some Filipinos who have a very strong Spanish influence, which is my mom's side, or you have some Filipinos that have a strong Chinese influence, which is my dad's side, based on lineage and history. And the way that they look kind of reflects that. You have people that look like they're Samoan or even Indian. Some look Japanese, so it's like total wide range of the map. But yeah, they get around. They definitely get around. And I think a big reason too is most Filipinos can speak English, so that serves them really well in different countries, so they get jobs in different countries easily. They get jobs in entertainment, like singing and performing a lot. So like on cruise ships or cabarets or whatever you see all over the place. So yeah, it just helps them to be able to traverse the world because of our culture. They're, in general, pretty adaptable people, pretty easygoing, slow pace of life. I wonder if I should do it from this side, since there's already a starting point. Or should I draw it? I kind of feel like I need to draw it first with a pen. I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the 5. I'm going to use our straight edge. Here, get to here. There we go. Some of the Fat Rat have lyrics though, so you have to find the instrument. Okay, yeah, will do. I'm excited. Pro white canceled. Wait, is that what it? That's right, pro white. Dang, that totally slipped by. What do you mean pro white? Why aren't we calling this pro black ink? Not India ink. Pro black ink, or pro Asian white. Dang. That's what this is turning into. Most of the Fat Rat I find is from this one artist videos who I idolize to an extent. Oh, okay. Are you okay, someone? You sound like you're falling apart. Maybe you need to go to sleep. It's a family health issue, not me. I just stressed because of the other issue. It's complicated. Damn, it just occurred to me it's after 3. My poor boy is probably at work. Oh, geez, Emo Trash. You're going to be wasted. Don't stay up on account of me, even though I said don't leave. If you got to sleep, you got to go, definitely go. We love having you here, but I don't want you to like be a wreck tomorrow. Especially your boyfriend will get angry. Was that a Rocky scream, or am I finally tweaking? Did I scream? That's what Awesome One was stressed out on.
Yes! That's awesome!
That's for you, Awesome One. This sounds like some Filipino guilt right there. I think John is Asian because he's always acting like Uncle John up in everyone's DMs. Oh my gosh. It's about to get crazy in here. Awesome Ones. I think everyone, Awesome One got his second wind. We're in trouble. Oh wait, why am I using this brush to fill in? This is not, well. Am I? Can I say sorry to that? If I all of a sudden become a white supremacist? Does sorry help? I'm sorry. I hope I don't get found out. YouTube algorithm's gonna follow my closed captioning. All this work will go down the drain. Oops. Guess I didn't get any ink here. I know that some inkers, like, they would have assistants that their job was to fill in these large black spots here. Like, they wouldn't spend their time doing what I'm doing right now. They would just get hire an assistant to help them deal with it. So they'd mark those spots with X's, and then the assistant, people would get their start in the business like doing this, filling in blacks or inking like backgrounds or stuff that nobody else wanted to touch or didn't have the time to. They just focused on the money shots and the pinups or the action stuff, the character stuff, and then all the like secondary characters, backgrounds possibly, and black areas they would just hand off to an assistant. That's okay, I love it. It's really like therapeutic, like I said earlier. Oh yeah, I think I should do, should I? Is it worth it? It's probably not worth it. I'd like to color this all in. I'll think about it. Might not be worth spending my time on that hair spot. Just accept it and move on. Don't waste too much time. I loved how this panel turned out though. Oh, still missing some spots or some marks. This tinnitus is roaring. Sigh. Oh, geez. Sorry, Awesome One. I hope it's not the fan from my computer that's aggravating your tinnitus. I don't even know how tinnitus really works as far as what triggers it, but sorry to hear that. Take some baby aspirin and magnesium sometimes helps. Oh, okay. Maybe going to bed. Getting good rest. Maybe that helps. Who knows? I'm like, before I started streaming, I was like, I need eye drops. My eyes are kind of dry right now. And I was like, I wonder why. I realized it's because I've been staying up late, like trying to get this set up, or like now, streaming, whatever. So let's see, should I move on to this first panel? Oh no, that's right, I was gonna finish. There's a few more areas here that I didn't finish. Tiny, tiny lines. Hobby Lobby needs a quick bath here. You can see too, like, after a couple hours of inking, or maybe you can't see. So the ink, you know, I'm washing it out, but the ink kind of seeps into this lower area of the bristles. And that's when eventually I'll have to like bust out that brush cleaner that I have to like soap it out a little bit. Otherwise, if you don't clean that stuff off properly and you let it sit overnight, it'll get gucked in there, and then it'll make your bristles start getting stiff and not as easily like formed to a point, the nice point that we have right now. Look at that point. Ooh, yeah. You go, Hobby Lobby. Ah, there's the cat hair. All right, that looks pretty cool. I will deal with the core shadow on the bars another time. Oh, there are this shadow of the bars, so. Oh, and then I can hit that white right there underneath that line. See that white, that thin white line right there? Ooh, like butter. Love it. Yeah, I'll just take that Pro White and do a thin white line to separate the shadow of the bottom of that bar with the black shadow behind it. It's great. Cool. Never apologize for spurious, how do you pronounce that? Spurious accusations, Rocky. Did the summer of love, mostly peaceful protest, teach you nothing? I don't know if I was alive during the summer of love. I think Rocky was on vacation when San Fran was on fire. Yeah, I don't know if was I alive? He normally goes to sleep when he comes over anyway. Would just be both of us. Okay, that sounds so peaceful. Oh my gosh. Turn off reactions in your YouTube chat options. Me? Oh no, you're telling awesome one. Yes, yes, okay. Yeah, yeah, I thought we did go over this suggestion. And I think he's on an iPad or something, so it didn't work. John says keep checking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I thought I do remember that conversation. Emo Trash says, might in fact call it quits, to be honest. Almost 4, and I can almost feel a third wind trying to kick in, and that would be even more devastating for my consciousness during the day. All right, Emo Trash. I appreciate you hanging as long as you did. One more for the road. That just wake you up, sorry. But thank you so much for being here. I'm going to wrap up pretty soon, guys. It's 1 o'clock here and like 1,000 o'clock for the rest of you. So I just want to, what am I going to do? What? There was something I was going to do. Oh, I was going to start this panel, but maybe I'll wrap it up just to not drag it out for you guys. I feel really bad. I feel guilty now. Guilty. One of those nights I'm going to have to force myself to close my eyes. Adios, Emo Trash. Sleep well. God bless. Oh, Comrade Sammy, the chat ninja's still there. Good thing Emo's not here to hear Rocky talk of Pro White again. I'll have to think of a different name. It's not Pro White, it's Pre-White. Okay, let's see. Should I start another panel? Is that much? Maybe I should just do like these bars because I did this hand. That's what I'll do. I'll just do these bars. I want to get to this face really badly. I love the shadows on here, but I can save it. Or I can do that off stream, not to like drag it out for you guys. Let me work on these bars. Nobody feel obligated that they need to hang around. Although I do appreciate it. It's really fun. Keeps it alive. But I'm going to draw these bars in. So I'm going to use my pen again. 0.5. And my ruler. Now that I drew that hand in, we can block this bar. I mean this, this cell door. This one also has, I haven't tried, let's see if these work. I actually got these from Hobby Lobby too. These are white pens, jelly roll pens. I don't remember if Shant told me about these or somebody else. Let me do a test, because this would be awesome if I could. It kind of works. Can you guys see that? Like it's just like, it's almost like a ballpoint pen. Yeah, it kind of works. So then if I draw, maybe I'll do that. So instead of trying to use, because how would I use, I've seen some people use a ruler with a brush, and it's a certain way that you hold and angle the brush. So like if I were to use that pre-white, post-white, oh, look at that dry brush, that's cool. I know that's not in there in this particular image, but that's a cool look, dry brush. But yeah, if I was using the Pro White and I needed it to be in a straight line, that would be really difficult to do with my brush, unless I used a ruler and then using a ruler with brush. It's a certain kind of technique that I don't know yet. But using this jelly roll, I can just use the ruler like I'm using a pen. Should work. So we'll try that. Learning something new. Oh, that looks so cool. It's really bold. Rocky will auction off this original piece in his next exciting stream. Who knows what I'll do? I was thinking about this, like, what would I do with these pieces once I'm done? I mean, it's cool to have, but like, could turn into a giveaway or, yeah, like an auction or something. I wouldn't be against that. Would people want to buy a master copy of another artist's art? I don't know. We could try it. I think the mob would appreciate whiteout. Is that still a thing? It's hard to find. Whiteout is hard to find. They have like whiteout tape now, which I hate. I actually honestly hate. It's really hard to find whiteout that has that brush at the end of it. Now they have these little foam tips, which are okay. I do like the whiteout like pens that you shake and press, but those are hard to find too. So yeah, who knows? You have to do several layers. Yep, probably have to do it a few times. Car pinstripers are amazing. I've seen some of that. They are amazing. I used to sleep sans cloths, but lately I found myself getting cold without them. Weird. Oh, sans clothes. Too much information. Awesome one. Said original. Yes. I mean, yeah, so that's the thing. Like, it would be an original thing. It would be an inked page, but it wouldn't be my art. It'd just be my craft, I guess. Oh, it'd be interesting. Like if somebody did a, I've seen people try and sell on eBay like a copy of a Bruce Timm drawing. They're usually not very good. So I'm never one to like, ooh, I want to get one. But for a comic book page, if somebody did a master copy of a Mike ZECK page, would I mean, it depends. It depends. Be cool. Eventually, it would be my own stuff, though, right? So, for sure, that's the goal. But, okay, let's try it. Let's try this jelly roll. Well, let me let this dry for a bit. I'll do this other bar. Too zoomed in. Okay, there's that bar. then, oh, it's a little confusing. So John, give me the summary of like what was going on in the Gothics stream. Like what were the big talking points? I think was it Comrade Sammy or Emo Trash was saying like she was debating a atheist? Is that right? How was that? How did that happen? Was that like was the person on screen with her or was it just through the chat? And was it fruitful? Oh my goodness. Gotta go back and correct that. It's an example of the brush like fraying right at that point. One thing I like about brushes versus nibs is I used to always, and this, granted, this is a long time ago, and maybe I wasn't using it properly, but nibs would always tend to like catch on the paper because they're like sharp metal and like tear into the paper. Or I would like load the ink in it improperly and you would be inking, and the way that it works is kind of the ink sits in the little circle well that holds it there, and as you're inking, and then a blob of ink would always, so I'd have all these accidents of ink just kind of blobbing out onto the page. And that doesn't seem to happen as much with brushes, because I don't know if it's the sable hairs are holding on to the ink better. But yeah, I noticed that I have better luck with the stuff not blobbing out. Well, let's see. Use sans script. That make it invisible ink. I took a font class. What was the class like? There are lots of fonts and no one agrees on anything. The end. We had to create an original letter that didn't exist. Man, that was hard. That sounds hard. That sounds cool, actually. My wife is a graphic designer, and one of her classes she had to take in school where they had to recreate a font, hand letter font, like with ink and match, kind of similar to what I'm doing with a comic book page, but with a font at like huge scale, so that you really understood the nuances of a particular font. She had to make a font out of like macaroni, which was crazy, like glued macaroni. Sounded like an elementary school project, but again, it really taught them how to like appreciate the curvature and the lines and all that goes into the font. We did lots of lettering. Think Eric Weathers. John says, yes, it was a belligerent, you're dumb, atheist, was just in the chat. Oh, she handled, from what I've seen in her stream, she handles crazy people in her chat really well. I think she must be used to it. So, not surprisingly, she did well. But what was that person doing there anyway? Just trolling her? That's stupid. Awesome says, I came into Gothic stream right as she ended. She talked of target practice by instruments which name must not be spoken on YouTube. Target practice by instruments. Rocky, you need thicker paper. I have a whole cup of coffee coursing through me. What do you think? Yeah, I can see that. Oh my goodness, I can't believe you drank a cup of coffee. Oh, okay, let me do this. What was I going to do? Jelly roll line. And I was going to correct that. And once I wrap this arm, I will wrap this up. This is where I need a clear ruler so I can see the other side. Hey, that kind of worked. Whoa. Check that out, guys. That's pretty cool. Instant white line. It's impressive. Is there another place I said? Oh yeah, I said I was going to do a white line here. I just do it. The jelly roll. Forget the pro white. I mean, I wouldn't color in big spaces or white out huge marks with it, but for this kind of like thin line stuff, heck yeah. Look at that. That's cool. That works perfectly. Where else could I use that? Now I want to use it everywhere. I guess I could use it to draw this little screw hole. Boom. Done. You know what? I'm going to cheat and use it to... Yeah, I got a little muddy.
Reading that you might not
Whoa.
have finished for last month's books, and get ready for the next month.
Whoa, that
August
scared
is gonna
me.
drop it like it's hot with all kinds of fun.
I must have hit like a shortcut on my keyboard accidentally. At least her chats aren't moving fast despite how large her channel is. I mean, she has about like, at least when I peeked in one time, she's got like a gazillion followers. But I know, like in her chats, it wasn't like, it didn't feel like it was super huge for her chats. Like it was like, maybe at the time, I don't know how much it was today, but sometimes I see like 80 people are watching or like 160 people are watching or whatever. Not like overwhelmingly like thousands of people. Love it. Oh yeah, let me go back over this just one more time. I really like this Pro White stuff and the Jelly Roll pen. 2 new tools. Cool, cool. All right, let me hit this arm and then we'll call it a night. So much progress. I still need to figure out what I'm gonna do with these hairs. I think I'm gonna do it. I know, I'm gonna free flow it with a pen, with one of the Pit pens. That makes sense. Yeah, don't use a brush on that. I don't need thick and thin. Nobody has thick and thin chest hairs. Put that there and get my Hobby Lobby. Guys holding up? My goodness, 120. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are crazy. Crazy cool, but crazy nonetheless. For sticking with this, with me. It's fun. I'm really excited to get to a point where I'm doing this on my own work. That will be incredibly fulfilling. I'm already having such a blast doing it on Mike ZECK's work. So I can imagine how cool it would be to like do on my own. So we're getting there. I still remember how many streams was I telling you guys, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna draw on stream. And you know, if I were to be honest, it was like there was a little bit of apprehension there. I wasn't comfortable with it, especially drawing digitally. Didn't know really how to chat, and I still don't know, but how to like chat and man the chat and man the stream and draw and focus on drawing at the same time. I was really self-conscious. Still am. But I was telling my wife this, and even I was talking to Shant a little bit about this too, like just doing this one master study and just saying, hey, let's try it out, let's do it, really unlocked something for me. And I'm excited to see where it goes. Probably a million people could have like come to this conclusion faster than I did, but now that I'm here, I'm really glad. Because like with anything in the stream, it's only going to improve, except for the technology. That's just going to go downhill. But the what we learn, what works, what doesn't work, what tools to use. My eyesight just like blurred for a second there. I just had a stroke. Yeah, can only get better just by practicing. Getting more confident, more not so precious with the artwork. That's kind of a strange arm, but make it work. actually gonna do an extreme correction here. This, because that bicep is too short. This. And then we're gonna bust out the whiteout one more time. Awesome one says, I remember being in Nerdrotic chat back in 2020. Now his chats are very hard to follow. You know that he, oh, was it you, Awesome One, who told me? I think so. That he used to own a comic book store here in San Francisco. I think it was you or Cranberry told me that. And it's true. He used to own a store that no longer exists. That the owner of Invisible Jet Comics, which is one of the ones that I made a trailer for. It's the one with the female owner, Chris. So her husband, I think, used to be, or remembering the story correctly, he bought the store that Nerdrotic used to own when Nerdrotic sold it. I think it used to be called Comic Outpost, and I think her husband bought Comic Outpost and tried to revive it and make his own store. And I used to go to his store, the new store, but then COVID happened and it just was too hard for it to survive, so they had to close it down. But she came back, just seeing what her husband went through. Chris came back and was like, I really want to do this again, try this out again, and give it a proper go, because they didn't really have a proper chance with COVID. And so then she started her own store, Invisible Jet, not too far away from where Comic Outpost used to be. This is weird. I'm going to white that out. Now that I'm starting to white out, I'm like, I'm going to white out everything. I'm going to white out the whole page. All right. Couple more touches of black, and then we're going to be done for tonight. I like using this Pro White to cut back in. I might redo that hair part here just because I'm kind of liking how this feels. But we'll do that for another time. All right, let me get in these last touches of ink, and then we'll call it. So tomorrow, depending on what time I wake up, I will head to the shop, try and pick up some books, and then stream. Seems like I'll probably stream when all of you guys are actually waking up, because you guys are going to sleep in. No, I'll probably stream sometime early afternoon. Do an unboxing, and then the books that I pick up. Maybe take a look at this page one more time. Not to draw on it, but just to look at it on stream and talk about it. There was another spot that I missed. Where was that? Oh yeah, here, in the neck. That makes more sense right there. Boom. All right. All right, what do we got? We got nothing better to do. That's not true. That's not true. Or, I mean, at this hour, what else could you do? But I appreciate that you guys are here. Did you just buy that brush holder tray? It has no splatters. Yes, I did, John. I talked about it yesterday when I started inking. Did I start inking yesterday? Yes, yesterday. This is one of the supplies I bought. It's actually a spatula holder, a kitchen tool spatula holder. I saw it. I saw all these fancy, like, oh, fancy paintbrush holders. They were like, you know, handmade steel, blah, blah, really expensive. They were cool, but it's expensive. And then, so I kind of looked up online different paintbrush holders that I could find. And inevitably the search went into like holders, blah, 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 blah. And these came up as like these silicone holders for spatulas and stuff in the kitchen. I thought, hey, that could work for a brush. So I bought that. That's why it's clean. But yeah, it works well so far. Spilt ink or spilt milk, same thing. Rocky, it took you like over a year before you started streaming after mentioning it. Not over a year. I haven't been streaming in totality over a year yet, so. But it has been a while. I've always said that I wanted to do, I mean, that was the whole point of starting the stream. The whole community part of it kind of evolved as I did it. Just started trying to do something that I loved talking about, which was comics, and wanted to share with people. So then that's kind of how Wednesday Comics came about. And then the chat has been just a whole new aspect that I never planned for, and has been wonderful and really fun getting to know you guys and building the channel with you. But the idea of going back to doing art on stream has always been in my mind and has always been the goal. But it's just like, how does that take that form? I did some of those secret draw streams digitally, and I mean, they were okay, but they were really clunky and didn't really work well for me. And I tried a couple of different setups, not even before the setup. I never even showed another setup that I had where I did like a time lapse of me trying to draw something, and just didn't feel great either. So, and then My Wednesday Comics has kind of taken on its own life, doing the comic book trailers, taking its own life, all this stuff, all constantly evolving, never where I would have thought I'd be where I am right now. So to get to this point has been a long journey, but it's so rewarding. And just looking at this, like I have this now at the end of this day, or the beginning of the new day, as late as it is. And it's really cool. It's really great. It's fun. It's beautiful. It's art. It's creating something. It's learning something. It's the process, and it's a physical piece of medium. That's what I'm going to be a big supporter of, and I'm a big proponent of, is the physical, traditional creation of comic book art, because it's beautiful. I'm doing this replica, and at the end of the day, I'll have this page, and it'll be like nothing else, you know? It's awesome. It's really good. Getting all sappy now. Back when some random guy called groomsman would chat and disappear in shots. It's true. What a funny journey we've been on. It really is. Okay. Let's see. Sammy is running her gulag with efficiency. No time for sleep. No, Rocky, that was me who told you Gary used to... Oh, okay. It was you. Gotcha, John. Wow, I'm behind. There's only like 4 of you guys in here, and I'm behind, or 3, and I'm still behind. Gary has streamed for maybe 7 or 8 years or more. Yeah, a long time. Rocky acting like a preacher. And finally, as I wrap up, that's my thing. That's my mode. My last point is, yeah, some nutty SF streamer kept us up late. Told us not to leave him. Was sad, really. Told us not to leave him. Wow, man, you've still got it at 3 in the morning. You've still got it. Awesome one. Spatula City, that's where I bought it. John, I will say my life might be more busy due to life changes, so not chatting as much could be a reality. Oh no, I'm liking the Master Study setup. Me too. Thank you, John. I'm really liking it. I'm excited. I'm already thinking about what the next artist or next page I'm gonna do. I mean, I got to get through this. But yeah, I'm already thinking about the next page. So very excited about that. Get out of here. Get out of here. I told you I would have given you the link to chat. But you took a cat nap or something. Or you're painting or something. All right. 5. I'm sure Shanta's ignoring chat. All right. Comrade Sammy, I hope everything is going all right. I hope that whatever life changes may bring you will still be here. So don't worry, all is well. If you can jump in, we always appreciate having the chat ninja. If you can't, if life tells you you got to take a break, no problemo. We'll still be here. The cool thing is about all this YouTube stuff and building the community is you kind of tag team a little bit. Like I know sometimes we have to take breaks or life throws us curveballs and we can't stream when we want to. But good thing we have great friends like Shant or other people that I've met here, other people I'm trying to build community with that can take up the mantle and keep you guys entertained and keep you guys engaged and bring fun stuff for you to watch at 3/4 in the morning. So yeah, that's the awesome thing about this community, and all of you guys are part of that. So with that being said, I will wrap it up here, let you guys all get to bed. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful journey. Look at this thing. So cool is that? You can see how off my white balance is. Not off, how altered my white balance is on this camera. Text me, I'll be there. Okay, I'll text you next time. I didn't give you notice. Close to 5. Sorry, John. All right, you guys. Take care. See you later. I will see you tomorrow if you guys show up. If you guys are awake. If I'm awake, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Thank you, John. All of you guys who are still here. Shant, John, Comrade Sammy, awesome one. You guys are the best. And everybody who was here, incredible. Really great night. Great day of double streaming. And we'll see you again for the next one. Take care. See you later.